Try these inequality questions, and then when you're done, we'll go through it. Let's go through the first one over here, right? So the first one over here, what we have is a number line where x is an integer and x is less than or equal to -2. So let's get the number line on here and another one over here. So firstly, we need to identify -2 somewhere on the number line, okay, with values on either side. Then we also see that the inequality is equal as well as less. So which means that it would include -2 and it would then continue going in this direction. It would be like this if it was a real number, but it's an integer, which means that we have to put a dot on every number before that. Maybe one or two or three dots, and then an arrow to indicate that it continues like that. Left. Another way to write this is to put -3 over here and put an open circle there, meaning that it's excluding it. That means exactly the same as that. So that and that means the same thing, because that's when you're excluding -3 and you're including -2 onwards towards the left, whereas this just means you're including -2 onwards, which basically means the same thing. All right, x greater than 1, identify 1. This one here would be an open circle because here we exclude the 1. So it's an open circle for excluding, closed circle for including. And we're going as a real number, so it would be a solid line. Okay. All right, question 2. State the inequality as an algebraic expression. We're starting from -3 and we're moving all the way till 1. So, firstly, we have some variable x. It's a solid line. Solid line means that it's real numbers. So we could say x is a real number, but they didn't ask for that, but we could say that. And we can also say that x is between 1 and -3. But over here we exclude -3 and here we include 1. So we're going to put less than or equal to over there. All right. And that would be my final answer. Next one, solving for x. When we divide by a negative number in an inequality, what we have to do is swap the sign. When we multiply by negative on both sides, we also swap the sign. Here, -3 cancels out, leaving you with x, and x is less than or equal to 9 divided by -3 is -3. Okay, so x is less than or equal to -3. All right, the next one, solve for x. For this one, I can deal with it in two parts. So let's say I take that part and deal with it first. So I go 14 less than or equal to -2x, and I divide by negative again. So I swap the sign over. Don't forget to swap the sign. You can see I made a mistake there already. I just said swap the sign, and I didn't swap it. All right. When you divide by a negative, what you have to do is swap that sign. Okay. All right. So that's going to be greater than or equal to, which means this one here as well swaps over, becomes greater than equal to. This is going to be -7, and that would be x. Then we look at the other side. We've got -2x is less than 20. We divide by a -2. Again, we're dividing by a negative. If we divide by a positive, the sign stays the same. But if we divide by or multiply by a negative, we swap the sign over. And so the final answer for this one is x is less than or equal to -7. X is greater than -10. This can be rewritten the other way around. X is less than or equal to -7, like that. And we can put the word or in between. If I draw this on a number line as an extra mark, then I need -7 on one end, and I need -10 on the other end. Now, whichever comes first? -10 is smaller, so -10 and -7. And I can see it's less than or equal to -7, so we put a dot there. It's strictly greater than -10, so we put an open circle there. And then we combine the two. Okay. All right, and that's going to be my x-axis over there, or x number line.